This is Russ Edgar, Avion Overlander. I'd like to show you this afternoon our solar system and talk to you about it a little bit. As you can see behind me, there is a solar panel that is attached to the rear of our Avion. When we purchased this Avion, and this is our second one over the years, it had a cover over the back window just like on the front window, protecting that rounded glass. This is a 135 watt panel. It is not part of our system originally. We used this to charge a battery on our fence charger when we were rotationally grazing livestock on our ranch. It's quite old. It was purchased back in the day when solar panels were $4 or $5 a watt. It cost a lot of money at the time, and it has been a wonderful item ever since. It has never failed us at all. You see, I just mounted it using the same hardware and then some aluminum that I got from a place that I buy parts for my aluminum from, Air Parts Incorporated in Kansas City. This is a shot, I'm going to give you two actually, of the top of our 30-foot Avion. You can see that these panels have to be actually located in a longitudinal direction with the coach. The Avion has a big radius in the roof, and that's the only way that I could realistically mount them. You'll see a fan at the back. That used to be the original fan. We pulled it out and we put the max fan in. It works great. Give you a forward shot. We put a new max fan also where the old air conditioner used to be. And then in front of it we have two 175 watt each panels mounted on the radius again. Then if you look to the right of the screen or so, mid right, you'll see a white box. That box is where all the cables come together. Then there's a larger cable, meaning carries more amps, that goes into, I'll see if I can get it up a little bit, into the vent of the refrigerator. I didn't have to do any holes in this roof. As you see, I'm not finished completing the roof and making it beautiful. Every rivet on the roof has been covered and been cleaned and covered with a piece of Ethnobond. You can see it, those little patches. They look odd, but they are impervious to water, and where there's a rivet, it will never leak. As you can see, these panels are mounted on 4 feet that I made at each point, each corner. Those feet are connected to the aluminum roof using 3M very high bond tape. Many solar panels are installed this way. All panels have about the same footprint on, or inches of footprint on the roof, and tape holds them all on. This is a shot of the tow vehicle, the pickup, a Dodge Ram. It has 3 panels on the top. They are mounted bolts, stainless steel bolts. If you look, there's a black box over there that all the controls go into, or all the cables go into rather. That is simply a Apache box for freight. They're waterproof. I simply bolted it down there. It works wonderfully. There is enough room, as some people will notice, for one more panel. I have moved inside the truck now, or inside the camper rather. And you probably are asking yourself, if you're actually looking at this video, why this much solar on the top of it in the truck? Well, I'm sitting here and my air conditioner, my mini split, is running without being attached to anything but the inverter to the batteries. And those batteries, because it's a reasonably sunny day, cloudy but reasonably sunny, are being charged by that solar. We can run the mini split air conditioner for 6-8 more hours a day, probably more than that. However, I want to sit here and be able to tell you honestly, the mini split is running. It is set at 73 degrees and it is cooling the trailer to that point. Well, what do we do with all that energy is free from the sun? I'm not saying the system is free. It costs a lot of money. However, I'm saying the energy that it is receiving from the sun is absolutely free. Well, we have in the truck, we have a refrigerator. I have a video on that. It powers that refrigerator without any effort all year long. Next thing you should know is that we, even though we call ourselves campers, overlanders, we like to live comfortably. And that means every evening, probably, is very seldom do we fail to do this, we like to watch a television program. We stream it from Amazon, always. We'd like to be able to sit there, eat our dinner. The batteries are fully charged at the end of the day. There's 400 amp hours of them, lithium batteries, so they can run a very long time. Some people are probably saying to themselves, why is that guy putting the truck and the Avion together in terms of total wattage? Well, this is the reason why. Before we had that topper on the truck, and before we installed those solar panels on top of the truck, we had them on the ground. And we had them on 30-foot cables that connected to the Avion on the side under the passenger side bed. We still have those cables, and we still do that, but we don't have those. They're not portable anymore unless you back up the truck close enough to the Avion to connect them. There are 3 cables, 30-foot, number 6, I believe they are. They take that energy from the top of the truck, and they deliver that to the trailer. So that gives us over 1,500 watts when you put it together. I want to really thank you for being with me today. I'd appreciate it if you could subscribe. We would really appreciate effort. Be safe out there and have fun.